Get ready for massive action because the UFC Freedom 250 is coming to the White House South Lawn on June 14th. Dana White has announced an incredible giveaway with 85,000 free tickets available through a lottery, pushing fans to Washington, D.C. this week to experience history live. Weigh-ins are happening Friday at the Lincoln Memorial starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, and the main card will stream live on Paramount Plus right from the White House grounds, complete with a fan fest featuring the Zac Brown Band.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Allen 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
But wait, there's more excitement. Dana White has dropped a major bombshell regarding the attendance numbers for this historic event, confirming that the UFC will be hosting 4,300 people at the White House, with the overwhelming majority being military personnel. He emphasized that this is a thank you to the military, setting the stage for an unprecedented gathering. The fight card is stacked with massive matchups. We are looking at Ilia Topuria defending his lightweight title against Justin Gaethje in the main event, while Pereira takes on Ciryl Gane for the heavyweight interim belt. Plus, we have Sean O'Malley facing Ayman Zahabi at bantamweight, and Bo Nickel taking on Kyle Daukaus at middleweight. Don't miss the action. And to wrap up, Dana White confirmed that for fans who haven't been to Washington, D.C., there is a process to get those 85,000 free tickets, and he is urging everyone to plan a trip this week. Don't miss this monumental event, and make sure you check the link for all the details on how to register for those tickets now. The highly anticipated UFC Freedom 250 event is set to take place on June 14th at the White House South Lawn, offering fans an unprecedented opportunity to witness premier combat sports. A massive giveaway is underway, with 85,000 free tickets available through a lottery system, following an announcement by Dana White in March that encouraged fans to visit Washington, D.C. for the event. Fans will watch the main card live on Paramount Plus, streamed from the White House grounds, with viewing areas provided by the Ellipse featuring large screens. The event schedule is packed with action. Weigh-ins will occur on Friday at the Lincoln Memorial starting at 8 p.m. ET, open to the public at no charge. The main card features a stacked lineup, including a main event bout between Ilia Topuria, who is defending his lightweight title, and Justin Gaethje. In the heavyweight division, Pereira will face Ciryl Gane for the interim belt, while Sean O'Malley will meet Ayman Zahabi at bantamweight, and Bo Nickel will take on Kyle Daukaus at middleweight. Other compelling matchups include Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler, Diego Lopes against Steve Garcia, and Derek Lewis against Josh Hockett. Beyond the fights, the atmosphere promises to be electric with a fan fest headlined by the Zac Brown Band, featuring a Monster Energy concert. Dana White estimates attendance at the UFC White House event to reach 4,300 people, with a significant portion expected to be military personnel. The White House has urged attendees to plan trips for the full week surrounding the president's 80th birthday, noting that fighters will participate in face-offs at the Lincoln Memorial. To enter the ticket lottery, registration opened on April 12th via UFFreedom250.com or UFC.com/freedom250. Entrants were required to place a $1 authorization hold for ID verification, which was subsequently waived. Winners will receive email notifications regarding the results. It is important to note that tickets are non-transferable and non-resellable. Security measures are in place, limiting direct venue seating to approximately 3,000 to 4,000 seats. For updates or resale alerts, fans should monitor UFC.com/freedom250, though official resale is restricted. UFC President Dana White has unveiled significant details for UFC Freedom 250, scheduled for June 14, 2026, on the South Lawn of the White House in Washington, D.C. The event is positioned to coincide with America's 250th anniversary celebrations, President Donald Trump's 80th birthday, and Flag Day, marking the promotion's return to the Capitol since 2019. White provided an in-depth look at the venue, revealing that a temporary arena will accommodate 4,300 spectators, with a majority expected to be military personnel. Complementing the main event, the area across the street features the Ellipse, a large park designed for fans to experience the action via big screens, stages, music, and interactive setups. The fight week is packed with activities. The week kicks off on June 12 with a free press conference at the Lincoln Memorial. Saturday, June 13, features Fan Fest starting at 3:30 p.m. ET on the Ellipse, followed by ceremonial weigh-ins at 8:30 p.m., and a concert by Zac Brown Band at 9:30 p.m. Sunday concludes with more Fan Fest before the main card at 8 p.m. ET. Streamed on Paramount+, featuring a lightweight title fight between champion Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje, alongside bouts involving Pereira. In a major move to boost attendance, the UFC is offering 85,000 free tickets. These will be distributed via an online registration and random draw, limited to 2 tickets per person, with no option for transfer or resale. White stressed the opportunity, stating, "If you are a fan of the UFC, and especially if you have never been to Washington, D.C., we are going to give away about 85,000 tickets. You should come to Washington, D.C. that week, the week of the fight. We are going to be doing all sort of things in D.C. for fans." This initiative is transforming the nation's capital into a major UFC hub by integrating high-profile fights with extensive public access points. White confirmed that the production team is operating around the clock, with only severe weather posing a potential disruption. The event builds upon Dana White's established relationship with Donald Trump, who initially championed the White House concept, adjusting the timeline from an initial July 4 target due to logistical considerations. The upcoming UFC Freedom 250 event, scheduled for June 14, 2026, at the White House, is generating significant discussion, particularly regarding its political implications. The main event features Ilia Topuria defending his lightweight title against Justin Gaethje. Despite the event coinciding with Donald Trump's birthday, both Topuria and UFC President Dana White have firmly stated that the event is strictly professional and not political. Ilia Topuria addressed the controversy on N+ Univision, emphasizing his professional focus. He stated, "I compete for and work for a company. The company told me I have to be at the White House, so I'm going to go do my job. This isn't a political stance." Topuria further asserted that the White House belongs to everyone. UFC President Dana White also directly refuted political claims, asserting that the event has no connection to politics and that the UFC bent its own rules for the card. White highlighted a history between Trump and himself, noting that Trump hosted the UFC at his Taj Mahal casino in the early 2000s and that White supported Trump in multiple campaigns. The card also features a heavyweight interim title bout between Pereira and Ciryl Gane. Justin Gaethje enters the fight with a 27-5 record and seeks his first undisputed strap. Topuria anticipates a first-round finish against Gaethje, suggesting a fast start for the bout. Meanwhile, international tensions are simmering. Spain is facing friction with the Trump administration over NATO spending and base access, following Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez's refusal of U.S. use of bases in Moran and Rota for Iran's strikes, prompting a threat of a full trade cutoff. Sanchez responded with a televised address calling for no to war. While the fighters maintain a focus on their preparation, the high-profile location has fueled external speculation. Topuria remains focused on his professional commitment to the company, while Gaethje is aiming for a major title. The setup has undeniably drawn attention to the venue, even as the athletes keep their focus on the competition. Dana White has released significant updates regarding the upcoming UFC event at the White House, emphasizing a strong focus on military personnel for the celebration of the United States' 250th anniversary. The event, titled UFC Freedom 250, is scheduled for June 14th on the South Lawn, coinciding with the 80th birthday of President Donald Trump, a close associate of White. Speaking to Fox News on Monday, White confirmed attendance projections, stating that President Trump desires the event to be primarily for the military, anticipating approximately 4,300 attendees, with nearly all of them expected to be military members, framing it as a thank you to the service. Regarding general public access, White clarified plans for non-military fans. He noted that while the main event will be held at the White House, a massive park known as the Ellipse across the street will offer viewing opportunities with screens, stages, and music. Furthermore, the UFC is offering 85,000 free registered tickets to fans, encouraging them to attend in Washington, D.C. during that week. The fight card features several high-profile matchups. The main event will feature lightweight champion Ilia Topuria against interim title holder Justin Gaethje, following a heavyweight bout between Pereira and Ciryl Gane for the interim title. Other notable bouts include Michael Chandler versus Mauricio Ruffi at lightweight, Bo Nickel against Kyle Dawkhouse at middleweight, Sean O'Malley facing Ayman Zahabi at bantamweight, and Steve Garcia taking on Diego Lopes at featherweight. A significant addition to the card is the heavyweight clash between Josh Hockett and Derek Lewis, a bout that will see Mr. Trump watching from ringside, following a previous victory by Hockett.